Hey guys, Morgan Film Fan here. I just finished watching the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, and I'm here to talk a little bit, very spoiler free, about what I experienced tonight. Watched it just shortly after midnight, and here to tell you everything that I thought about it. First of all, I fucking loved it. So, anybody who's a horror fan absolutely mandatorily needs to check this film out. Did such a good job at paying homage to the original and creating something new with it. As for characters, so we got four main ones. We've got Lila, played by Elsie Fisher. This is the girl that also played in 8th grade. She's a badass in here. She's a very tough, strong-willed girl. Kind of like has her damages and stuff like that. Like can be insecure, but she definitely has this style to her and substance to her that's very present on screen, and she's very interesting, and they build her character a lot. She's always been a cute girl, but she plays a really strong-willed one in this one. Nell Hudson plays Ruth. They definitely could have utilized her a lot more. I would have liked to have gotten to know her a little bit more, but she was all right too. Sarah Yarkin plays Melody. Melody is Lila's sister. She also does a really good job. She's the one with the curly hair. She's the one that definitely supports the whole movement that these four kids are going in, where she's very strong-willed in her beliefs and morals and building new future and very very modern. She can get a little bit annoying with that stuff, and she's very strong-willed and wanting to go forth and everything and make decisions and want everybody to follow her. She kind of wants to be the leader until of course shit starts to go down and she's ready to get the fuck out of Dodge real fast. And then we've got Dante, played by Jacob Latimore, and he also does a really good job. Very strong-willed character, very mature character, and they built him up really well too. So we also got a new character introduced into this film. I'll just say that he plays a mechanic, and he is also one of my favorite characters in this film. They built him super well. He bounces very much back and forth whether you like him or not. He starts off as, this real big, buff douchebag, and then he starts to become nice, and then he goes back, and then he goes forward, and he has a big personality to him, and he has a lot to display to the film, and I think he really was a really good addition to the film. The whole thing about bringing back Sally from the original film, I liked. They utilized her well. I'm not going to say they utilized her absolutely incredibly amazing, but she was strong on screen. Unfortunately, we didn't get Marilyn Burns because unfortunately she passed away, but this woman, I'll try to pronounce her last name, Alwyn Foweri. Alwyn Foweri. Really, really, really strong-willed version of Sally Hardison, I think it is. So she's definitely great on screen, and for what she's given to do, she does really well. This film it's obviously modern, so you got your whole new technology going on. It's very different from the original, obviously. So you got your cell phone use, you got your modern times with your Instagram, and they throw that into the film a lot, but not to the sickening point where it's just enough is enough already, and not to a point where it gets annoying either. So I really like that. They even touch a little bit on racism in this film in a very mature way, which I very much respected, and they definitely did a good job on. There's one scene involving a double swinging door that I thought was shot really, really well. And the cinematography in general is really good, but just the camera work is absolutely amazing in this film. The way they decided to shoot it, all the camera work in general, I thought was utilized really, really well. There is I don't know how everybody's gonna feel about this, but there is the tiniest little nod to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, The Next Generation. I'll just leave it at that. It's a really, really, really tiny little nod, but it's there, and I noticed it. And I know a lot of people complain about that film, so if anybody notices that one, I definitely did. And in the trailer, they show the whole bus scene going on. It's expanded a lot, and I was smiling as a horror fan so much. I honestly have to say that if you like carnage and if you like gore and if you like well constructed kills, some that take you by surprise, not just by jump scares, but really detailed practical effects and some CGI, of course, but really great detailed, lots of blood, lots of great horror. Oh my god, huge thumbs up. As for negatives, and by what I mean by negatives is just what's gonna divide audiences. People are gonna think this is like bad or good. For me, just two things. One is extreme unrealisticness, and when I say that, I mean like Evil Dead remake unrealisticness, when it's like balls to the wall, just violence and gore and just extreme shit that like would never happen. And the other is poor character decision making sometimes, including one in particular very bad poor decision making by a character in the third act. And finally, the ending. They do an homage to the ending of 1974, but so bringing it to 2022. And they do it beautifully. Like, the way they do it and the way they structure it to a modern time, paying homage to that ending, that classic 1974 ending, it's a treat. It's honestly a treat. So I want to give it a 4.5. It's a 4-star movie for me right now. It might boost up to a 4.5 after a second watch, and I might not do a full spoiler review. Not sure yet, but I'm definitely watching this film again. Go watch it, and yeah, I had a really good time with it. Please, I despise spoilers, so none in the comments. They will get deleted immediately. So anything in the comments, non-spoiler, just say what you thought of the film, whether you loved it or hate it, but no spoiler territory at all. Yeah, that's all I got on it. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. And I'll be back with more, so check out what's on the channel and stay tuned for more. And go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix right now. Super good. Cheers.